$19 for a gallon of gas? You tell me, what's your favorite Europe-only part? Bro went to France and thinks all of Europe can't park. Why do people always write bro? Bro thinks Europe is a country. What are you doing now is like me saying every state in the USA has Hollywood. It wouldn't be a reaction video for TikTok. We're gonna get one of those comments. Does this happen in Germany, Austria, Norway, the Netherlands? Why are you saying this is a Euro thing? Just casually throwing this American flag. What the heck is that? Wait, is that like it's driving on a different road? Isn't it? It's like driving on like a bike. What a type of car that you can drive in the park lane or the bike lane? It says, "I'm a bicycle. I'm a bicycle. I'm a bicycle." That's Jeremy saying speed and power. Red car for red path. It's logical. Hold on, I gotta see. Okay, someone says they're closed mobility scooters, so they're allowed on sidewalks. That is wild.
Why is this still going? This MacBook sucks. Oh my gosh. Can my life just get a little bit easier at this point? Hello everyone. Hi Garnet, Joseph. Ugh. MacBook, just please work. If not, I'm gonna first close everything out just so it can run better. Because I know it takes forever for everyone to get here. All right, who was I?
Okay. In Belgium, it's a thing. Yeah, don't ask why. Someone says this is real. What is this? If you drive a yellow car, people don't like you? Yeah, you gotta help me with this one. Yellow car, my friend, that's not yellow. Me, I don't care. My car is yellow and I love watching people
MacBook, please work.
Oh, is it like a
I'm gonna damn it, because I want to screenshot everything. Whatever, I don't care.
for us?
Anyway,
The old bug, like the old Volkswagen bug, people touch each other. You guys do that with yellow cars? That's what I'm guessing it is. American cars are too big for British roads. That's a beautiful. Look at that. How cool.
Great, now the damn timer's not moving. What gives? I know it takes him forever for everyone to get here, but damn it, MacBook. Jeez, I can't just lose 20 minutes for everyone to get here. And then next you know, the mic stops working. I'm never gonna get a new MacBook. I'm never gonna have my life together. I'm never gonna bathe. I'm just gonna smell up this place like it's a war zone. Sorry, I'm just upset. Oh wait, damn, that's right. Black, right? Right. Yeah. Hey, everyone, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because it just takes forever for anyone to get here. This MacBook is so slow. I can't do anything about it. I just wish everyone's here at once because I know that we had to wait 20 minutes, but Dumbo, from now on, I'm gonna have to start the live stream like at 12:30. I can't do this. I'm so sorry. I am. I know it's early, but honestly, I can't wait forever for this. I can't. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just upset because my MacBook is not working. It says 3 minutes on it. Oh, damn it. I did my to salivate on my drawing. Crap.
Actually, no, it's time barrier. I've never put more than 200 pounds in the car. Well, I think we're done. If it stops at 101 litres, and over 120 pounds. Turns out that actually it's had a cut off, so it's not full yet. It's cut off at just over 100 litres. I'm going to go again. If you get into reverse up, you can get out. Okay. Well, they're getting really mad now. I can't blame them. I'm the most hated person. This just go 4-4. That is 4. I've got the clinks. Finally. Just stuck out of the bottom. Which is the one that tell me. Okay, right. We're going to play a little bit in here. Oh, she's pissed. Okay, so here we go. £194 and another £27. So it's over 200 quid. I better get down so take it for me. So it says they had so much space to get out. Medium-sized pickup. In Texas, this is normal. Yeah. So, wait till they see the dolly trucks here. All right, guys, I'm all done. That was really interesting seeing your guys.
All right, I think it's catching up because I see Brian's message that's 2 minutes ago instead of 4. And there's Danny's message. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just doing my best, and I try not to be competing with other YouTubers because I'm just a little bit. Let's just say, probably I don't know what's worse, the one I just had today, or that one when I was trapped. They were really. I think almost got a new phobia, right? This is not good. Well, no, I got to talk about it. I got to talk about what's been going on with my mental health right now. I just wish that my channel is doing better. I think that's another reason why, but I'm because I just know those videos like that people are not watching it. I don't know why. It's upsetting me because hey, You know, my videos are that good, but I'm here too, right? God, you might as well just make homeless people you like this. I'm just making this up, right? And I don't like this at all. I can see people are gonna make a law that if you're homeless, you get shot. Which means there's no poor people, only the rich, and then the ones, even if they have babies, they get killed. Sorry, I had to get this out of my system because, and I don't care about that fucking Zach guy. Sorry, jealousy kicking in. What? Again, that's the worst nightmare I had. This nightmare is not good. I'm tired of all these other YouTubers are doing so good. Yes, I'm a fucking thief, okay, because I'm fucking poor. Oh, we're doing such bad lies because you're doing this on us. You fucking dirty. Sorry. I almost want to say something. Sorry. Oh. Well, I just wish that I could get my channel back. We're never going to get it back. Well, it's working now. My airband has having problems. I don't want to bait because what's the damn point? To do something illegal to someone? I don't know.
There's two categories of people who visit America for the first time. The first category is people who love it, checking out the skyline of LA, ever by Times Square for the first time, and different kind of movies you've seen it just to see it now. And the second category of people is people who love it. What you thought I was going to say, people who hate it, USA on top. In the past couple of years, the US has been private. Is a lot of the world looked at the US as super. At least in the past, the US wasn't moving like Homelander, but we still had that Superman horror people from other countries is actually stepping down in a city for the first time. A lot of people from different countries think in the US based on one perspective, and that's Hollywood. Now, it's kind of, I think that's kind of crazy, and there's no way that's how people look at America. Tell me how you looked at Paris when you were younger. No wrong could be done. You step off the plane and start floating to the city, and all while the city was clean and filled with a beautiful. But now you search of any person's day.
That I noticed when I got out of the taxi was that the entire set had their own.
I'm not surprised.
But here it's just kind of bad. Like we get out of the taxi, and the first thing that I notice now has just diffused over the general area.
I'm sorry, everyone. I am. I'm thinking, you know, it's kind of, I gotta buy bots or spam my channel removed, and I'll give it a red orange. See, I don't think you have yellow. Let me.
Not even mentioning the rat problem they have too there, that's only getting worse. Paris is pretty much the New York City of Europe. And all of the major.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm sorry. No one. Again, this is my trauma right now. No one's to blame for this. I want everyone to know that. Tucson is the best place. Yeah, right. This is a fucking lie. You're kidding. St. Louis? What the fuck think this is a... Are these people fucking brain dead? You're kidding, right? Bismarck. People don't really talk about Bismarck. Do they not? Oh, damn, it still has, yeah. It still has... There we go. Oh, lovely. You know what? Fuck this. All right. Great.
American cities have suffered war and depletion like how Paris has. As soon as you step down in Times Square, you're thinking you're going to see beautiful 5-foot lights with people all giddy, happy, and waving at each other. Meanwhile, you can't even hear who you came with because cars are always honking. A rat comes up and steals your phone while you're not looking. A homeless man on Fenn tries to box you for no reason. And if you have TikTok, that's probably all you see up until travel. I remember before going to Japan, my algorithm started showing different places I could go to and see there. And occasionally I'd see TikToks of people telling me of which places not to go.
Mainly the female accommodation spots.
Prostitution?
Because age checks might be iffy and also they're known for scamming. They probably still get crazy business from all the cleaners in Japan who travel there just for that. A lot of people from different countries are for the first time seeing the bad parts of these cities. Especially when it's a POV from a direct person, it feels more personal to you. I truly don't think people visiting New York or LA around the world expect to see fence zombies or homeless encampments on the street. I'd probably be more mad if I came from a country with good travel infrastructure, just to come here and have to spend half my budget on Ubers to get places. And when I say all this, people may think I'm saying no one wants to visit anymore, and now that the truth is out, tourism is done for. But no, these cities and places will still be some of the most visited places for tourists on Earth. However, I do think it would change people's perspectives on how much they want to visit. Like for me, what Paris, call me a shit,
All right.
but all that hype in TV shows and movies of it, just for people to complain about it all the time now, has kind of put it down on my list. I would still visit eventually, but I feel that's how people would do it. Just put it.
Would anyone want to guess?
And there will be some
Would
people
anyone
that
want to
also
guess
visit it
whom what anime character I'm drawing that's looking at a bee? And Daniel, please do, please. Of course, it's a
I
play.
think something they'd actually be more scared of seeing in LA or New York more than a homeless fence zombie is ICE taking them off the street for not having their passport on them, then putting them on the next plane to El Salvador to survive in that prison. I feel like the only people shocked U.S. tourism has
Well,
gone
thank
down
you,
the
Lauren.
street is MAGA and the Trump
So you have a phobia of
Let's say,
bees?
for
I didn't knew
example,
that.
wouldn't you believe someone
And
who's there,
Foxy, you got finished DNA. That's awesome. Oh, I'm honored. I love when people say DNA. I love that word because I speak a little Finnish and I love Finland. Or I'm gonna say this. Lakistan on Suomi. Jalan Amerikalainen. Oh yeah, I think I said it right. I mean, ja, olen Amerikalainen. I'm taxi. I do speak a little bit Finnish. I do. Ooh, the Public Japan's YouTubers. I could watch that.
How do you think it looks for people wanting to visit the country that people are getting snatched up in broad daylight by dudes who are wearing full-on ski masks? And these are talking about terrorists are coming while cosplaying the exact they wear. If I'm in another country seeing these clips, I'm genuinely not here for the next 4 years until it's over. I'm not risking it. Which obviously does affect our.
So let's see. We got Luffy, we got Soul Evans, and thank you, Joseph. I want to make sure that handful of you can guess.
Blame them though. If there was any country moving like this that I was gonna visit, it's immediately on my list to go. And the World Cup is right around the corner, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go. They say allegedly ICE is gonna be at the games, which
ISIS, you're right.
I'm sure that will be totally inviting to tourists and they'll feel safe to come and boost the economy. It would be so funny if it ended up being the biggest sales for World Cup in recent times, and that's the legacy left by this administration. Another part of the American aura too was that people from around the world felt like they could come to America.
So Francis thinks it's Luffy. Dumbo thinks it's Luffy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Greg, what nightmare did he have? Oh, I'm sorry for the little one. I swear, I've been getting a lot of nightmares lately. Oh, Popcorn, that's a really good one. You think it's Goku?
And now that's dead for them because they know you got a better chance of winning the lottery than these in America in 2025. Unless your ass is the next Einstein or can pay $5 million to get that gold card, then yeah, just go ahead and look at it. I actually wonder how many visas have been given out this year because it can't be much. If it was already hard before, I can only imagine.
Oh, so I had to pass gas. Jerry thinks it's Goku as well.
I'll be thinking the U.S. is bad, then I look how much Canada's houses cost. We got it better somehow. But that core idea of people of America being the perfect place to work the way up to get a house is way down. They probably wouldn't even want to come to because the amount of shootings they see nowadays.
I kind of like it like this. That's cute.
How scared
okay.
people are of the thought of guns.
So, oh wow, that's a really good guess. You think it's Nami? Garnet thinks it's Luffy. So we gotta go close only one soul. And I mostly Luffy. Oh, excuse me. So TLMC, you did the B at 2:30. You want? Screw that. No, I'm not. Don't. I kind of want to do a Sharpie, but I'm gonna be really careful. Come to think of it, you know what, Dion? You should. Yeah. because I'll be really careful because Sharpies are really thick or inky. Yeah, my poor bed. So Daniel thinks it's a One Piece character. Maggie thinks it's Soul Evans. Okay, so the ones that said Luffy, right? Well, is that a Goku character, Foxy? Here he is. Think about having Luffy's mouth opened.
Have only gotten where they're completely popular here is fireworks on a holiday. It's gonna scare you thinking that popular here in America might be someone trying to go down the crowd. There's videos of people at public events now. A couple of balloons pop and everybody starts running, thinking gunshots. The fear is getting worse and worse every day because you never know when something can happen. And the school ones have only gotten worse. Back when Aura was up, people weren't scared as much because it wasn't happening. It's shooting up at school. But mass shootings also happening at random year, and people would talk about how tragic it is and how.
Thank you so much, Alice.
Research the person's race, sexuality.
That means a lot for you both. Actually, this is kind of. And yeah, that was an image from Pinterest. I just did my own version of it because why not? I like it. It's cute. Love you, right, Greg? The boyfriend that I always wanted that I can't have. Well, kinda. Actually, this isn't bad. Oh dear, you know what? Yeah, you should. You know what? Screw it. It looks like a little question mark. I don't know why between its little face. I'm gonna add. Wait, no. Never mind. I already add orange for its dimples. Luffy isn't bad looking than I thought on here. I mean, he is my crush, so of course it's not gonna look bad. I do wonder, how does it look like if his mouth was... No, that would look weird on him. I kind of like it like that instead. All right. Oh, shit. I had too much saliva. It's all right. Actually, that doesn't... That, oh, crap. My saliva actually gave him a little pupil. Huh. Damn, look at that. Okay, that works. That looks pretty cool, actually. Yeah, bees scare you, Parker, and I don't blame you. And Helen, you got a phobia of moths, bees, and hornets? I always wonder what hornets look like. See, like the thing is, I don't have a phobia of bees, but the number I had was so severe. I came in, like those images that I downloaded, right? I almost got a panic attack. Don't get started with the moths. So I can't, even looking at a picture of moth, I'm sorry. For people that like them, that's great. But I can't stand them. The same way people are afraid of spiders. I don't blame them. I love spiders. But not moths, no. And just looking at an image of Bumblebee, because I did, I don't think I told you this, but double knows. I did save the bee once. Well, I tried. And I thought I heard it because I was feeding it honey. I have a video of it, by the way, which I want to upload. It just sucks out and maybe people are interested. Because I got stung by a bee once, right? And luckily I had those little bracelets I would wear. It was an Animal Crossing bracelet that I cut out, right? It was supposed to be a sock. Because without it, I would have really gotten stinged pretty badly. Because I was just walking minding my own business, right? I was walking back home for the 99-cent store, and then it must have been aggressive, and it's like, imagine if someone was just stabbing you like really hard with a pen. It hurts, right? I'm thinking like, what the hell did I do? You're on my way, you darn bee. Golly, you wonder why you're dead, you know? But at least the other one, though, because it had an injured ring, I still want to take care of it. I know they can eat honey. At least I looked it up. So I feel bad for it. And that's what I did. Sadly, it died. I named it Stripey. I literally have a video of it, and I miss my neighbor. I'm trying to get back my old neighborhood because my neighbor that lived right next door to us, she was responding, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for the little bee." Because I want to save it. Again, I do like to protest Buddhist morals. It's more like Jainism at this point, right? Because I don't like to kill insects. You'd be surprised. I don't, unless I have to. I don't know how, maybe because my teacher was a Buddhist in high school, that's how it happened. And let's see, 2:30 to 2:32. Yeah, because that's when I did the B. Perfect. All right. And so you have a fear of bees? Oh my, I'm so sorry to hear that. You're allergic. I can't even imagine how it's like when you get stung and you die because you would suffocate. Oh, I can't imagine that. And thank you, Foxy. That means a lot. Come to think of it, I looked it up that we actually have a handful of Finns that live in my state, which is weird. We have, I think, 14,000 of you. I'm thinking, why do we got a lot of Finns, or at least with descent? It's so weird because we literally have more than I'm thinking in Lawrence State. I'm thinking we have more than Tennessee. That's weird. We're hot though. How's it like living here? Hot, which for me that's not a problem. Pretty quiet. Sadly, there's some people that do drugs, but nothing serious. It's really laid back out here. Of course, a lot of people out here are Mexican, but we have a lot of people that are Indians and some Chinese, even though I barely met any of them for some odd reason. It's really nice here. Of course, we have other bad things going on, but it's not like it would happen frequently. I guess it depends on the state. Salivating, sorry. The part of the state that you're in. I think I don't know what I'm salivating for. You actually love spiders, Jerry? Well, high five. But yeah, you can't stand bees. I don't blame you. Oh, 5 times? I can't imagine what that's like. Oh boy. And you had a nightmare last night too, man. I'm sorry to hear that. And Dumbo, that's everyone? Yeah, I can imagine how that's like. So it takes 20 minutes for you to get here. All right. I think I can tell all of you the dream that I had. Does it snow? Yes. It snows actually not here where I live in this city though, but if you're in Payson, which is a town with around I think 10,000 people, it could snow, yes. But that's the further south that it could be for snow. Payson. And then the further north, this is kind of interesting. The further north you go, the colder it gets. It's weird. Other states are not like it. Well, not really, which is really odd. Because, for instance, he lives in Flagstaff, aka Grand. It gets really cold up there. And the funny thing is, they got way more people than Prescott. I don't know why, which is really weird. And you had a terrible nightmare, Helen? I would love to hear it. All right, so this is the dream that I had. At 1:39, that's when I woke up. It's pretty long. I had another nightmare of me typing out tweets that the FBI didn't like because of how I called a pansexual guy a pan freak or whatever. Based on the father's passing, I was almost taken away, but it was an error because they knew I wasn't doing anything wrong. And had a really strange white guy with glasses that almost reminded me of Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know why, but was the security of mine similar to someone that's on house arrest. I don't know why I think about that part. Maybe it's because I had to be on watch. I don't know why. I had to prove him I didn't do anything wrong. As we were driving around my neighborhood, how I wasn't harming any homeless men because I guess they didn't want to clean up their windshield or something. Because it was like an empty street, right, during the evening. Um, as we were driving, wait, as I was the driver, and for some odd reason that a that's scary, a huge bumblebee wanted revenge on me by crawling inside the ceiling window, which is the um sunroof that had a little curtain to keep us cool. They got like a little sheet. I guess because our sunroof was damaged or something. As yeah, the sunroof, uh-huh. And I was getting attacked by it or pushing my butt on the left side as it was staring at me in the eyes, wanting to sting me to death, I'm sure. And how the security guy at the spies told me he wanted revenge for no apparent reason. But he's telling me that the bumblebee wanted revenge. It was a scary dream for sure because of how I wanted to go inside a school library or whatever to change my tweet and feeling guilty of what I typed. But the FBI, as in a serious tone, well, that's before that they falsely accused me, right? They asked me my full name. Are you Dan Garf? Of course. And I responded yes. I could tell they almost wanted to arrest me as though I murdered 9 people from a New Zealand church. Think about that school shooting or church shooting that happened. Also, my head was being pulled aside to an 80-degree angle, kind of like this. Um, with my mouth opened as though I couldn't breathe, even though I was, but felt that big bumblebee pushing my head and wanted to scream in terror because of how dreadful looking it felt and was as though I was going to get stung and hearing it buzz out loud. Basically, yeah, Danny, I don't know why. I don't know why. Basically, the bee was huge, right? Think about maybe as big as a backpack. That's how big it was. Um, like maybe let's just say pretend that this is like this size, maybe a little smaller than this. It was huge, right? It's probably like maybe this size. I think maybe a little smaller than my little. Damn, I think a towel. Yeah, and it was gray, and yeah, it had eyes looking at me because it somehow got in. Like think about the episode of Teen Titans when the Titans wanted to, well, Starfire wanted to adopt Silky, right? But it was coming in, it's trying to squeeze in the sunroof, and it got on my side. It's like pushing me, and I can feel its fur on it, and that's why I had that dream, right? Yeah, Mia, pretty much, hon. Yes, and that's why I had a phobia. Oh, well, maybe it's just at the time, but I'm fine now. I think basically that dream is telling me that Dion, you need to share how you've been feeling because I always thought I'm not allowed to speak up my mind because people would basically want to dox or blackmail me. A couple people in the past did that, or that whatever the mistakes I did towards other people, whatever I said something really bad to them or in a threatening way or inappropriate, which I didn't mean to. I still feel that I'm a horrible human being for what I did. And I think that's why that yeah, you gotta share how you've been feeling. Also, maybe it has to do with my crush as well. Because he would tell me, hey, you're well in the past he did. I wasn't stalking you. I wasn't. I want to make sure that you're doing okay. That's it. Still remember that time he did tell me to go kill myself once. Yes, that's not okay, but I do forgive him now because he was going through a lot. Because I know I've been there. I told other people that too. I feel awful. I have. You'd be surprised. I said some nasty stuff to people that I don't even want all of you to know about. I feel awful and other stuff. I don't want to talk about it. I feel really awful that they could just arrest me for it or whatever, and they didn't. You know, I don't want to talk about it. It's too personal. I feel awful. I said some stuff. You know, you'd be surprised. Stuff that I shouldn't have said to people. Yeah. Because other people did it to me. So, yeah, I want to keep that on hold, but I want to confess that it's my entrusted thoughts that took me over, right? So, I think that's why. I do wonder what it means to have a B. Yeah. So basically, I guessing that if it's supposed to be like a symbol because maybe it's just someone that I deeply offended that they wanted to get revenge at me, I guess. Because I gave them trauma, which I didn't meant to, because I probably felt the same way towards others. So I think that's what it means, Foxy. And thank you, Jerry. That means a lot. I just thought I could share because it's serious, because these dreams I've been gaining, or nightmares, they're getting worse. And also with my bed being flat, let's just say that while I'm asleep, right? It's kind of funny. No wonder we don't feel anything when we're asleep because we're like dead, but we're not. Because the thing is, my bed, right, is basically damaged. So when I'm asleep, my bed is so deflated. It felt as though that, okay, I had to be like this. But let's see. It felt like this. Like think about it, I'm sleeping in a taco position. That's how bad my bed is. And if I could basically demonstrate or presentate, you may not be able to see the difference, but like you can see how deflated it was. I feel like everyone has said things before, and they're and yeah, oh yes, absolutely, Foxy, right? Yeah, it's human. I mean, I feel awful if I said something inappropriate with someone. You know, I still live with that grief. Other people, though, like what Ian did, they wouldn't care. For me, I feel fucking awful for it. Are you kidding me? All the time. You know, like I hope whoever said to those people, whatever, that they're doing okay. You know, I don't want to say who, and I want to keep it private because of my trauma. That I know doesn't give it a pass, but you bet the 3 acorns that I feel awful for it. Hey, maybe asking for those. Oh, some of the guys about the stomach thing. I don't know. I didn't mean to though. Yeah, maybe it's because of all the men that I've met that wanted me to do nudes. You know, I still want to forgive them though. Other than that's over. It's gone. It's not like they raped me, nor that I sexually harass or assault them. That's in person, right? This is online. Yes, that doesn't excuse that, but well, still that person should be forgiven. Like for Al, I know a lot of you despise that man, but I still want him to be for. I want it to be shamed, but not in jail, right? Like Ian, well, that's a different story though, because he blackmailed me. Al didn't. I just want him shamed. But Ian, no. It's like I want to forgive him, but he should be in jail because you can't expose my address. That's like nope, you blew it. I'm not sure what's worse, him doing that or okay, let's see. I'm not sure if that's bad. Okay, I'm not sure which one is worse. What do all you think? Him blackmailing me, my address, my old address, or I want to have your opinion. Blackmailing me or slash doxing me with my old townhouse address, or flashing his, you know what, banana in my Gmail. I don't know what's worse. I don't know which one is worse though. Yeah, Pan, I understand. The reason why is because he's in the spectrum, right? Yes, that doesn't give him a pass, but I can tell he's more lower functioning than I am. The flashing foxy, yeah. They both are terrible, right? The flashing is worse. Yeah. Like for me personally, I would never do that. I mean, of course, I may have said like asked things that are appropriate with people in the past. I don't want to admit, right? That I feel fucking guilty for. But it's not, oh, you know what? Here. You know, I didn't do that. I would ask and I would feel guilty that I did because maybe I was going to do a lot. I don't want to talk about it. I don't, right? But it's not like compared to him, I guess it is way worse. Flashing is worse, Garnet. Yeah, I can see that. Because this is without my consent. Now, I probably would forgive him. Like, I wouldn't even be interested, first of all. Like, if he asked, that wouldn't be as bad, right? If he asked, which I can't imagine if he did, the doxy would be worse. But, in my opinion, since he did send it without my consent, like, as in, he just down there without me knowing about, without my knowledge, right? Heck, it could be like an underage teen for crying out loud, and I feel like a monster for it. I think that I wonder if that happened once. Yeah, I think it did. And hey, I would sometimes feel that I got followed with it because if I would report them or something, they would get revenge. Kind of like maybe that guy that lied to us about his age, right? Because if I said something, he would. I can't imagine what he would. I want to forgive him though. You know, yeah, you're 16. You know what you did. I just went along with. I don't know. I know I shouldn't share too much, but I had to because these dreams are getting worse. Because sometimes I just go along with it because sometimes what I've run through, I know it doesn't give it a pass, right? I had to go to a really bad environment, right? I sometimes still, all right, if someone wants to do this, I'll let them. Because of me being molested, right? I'm thinking that's the okay thing to do. Same thing that the man that raped me, if I refuse, I would get killed. So you know what? Yeah, take advantage of me because at least I'm the mature one, right? I know they say it's you can't always defend yourself. That's not how life works. If that's the case, then Afghanistan wouldn't be under the Taliban, which means the girls though they can take advantage, like young girls, right? We're not talking about like teenage, even though well it's difficult, right? If they did that, they would have gotten killed. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like how that guy in my neighborhood got offended because I want to film, and yet he wanted to threaten me with a gun or something. Of course, I had to do what I had to do because I don't know. I want to get his bad side. You know, I know he's trolling with me, but how would I know that? Especially with my autism, it's hard to read social cues. I know I get taken advantage of easily. I want to get taken advantage of to take advantage of someone. And yes, I feel awful if I said things to other people are going on with it. I'm guilty of that. I am. I didn't meant to hurt anyone. You know? I feel awful. Hell, maybe with Rosalie, I kept asking, well, I always like to talk about his stomach because I thought he's hot. I don't want anyone to think I'm take advantage of him. No. You know, he's younger than me, right? You know, he's the one that messaged me first and whatnot. I didn't force him. Oh, I got all of our conversations. That's proof. I know I don't have to give proof because sometimes a lot of people never believe me and I didn't have any support. I know. I know they say you should overshare. You shouldn't. But for me, the reason why I want to is because, well, I don't want to hide anything. That's why I'm making all these nightmares. And oh, as a bonus, actually, I want to. Oh, wait, let's see. I had another dream that all of you. I want to keep it for tomorrow. But I want to say it now. All right, I'll say it now. I gotta confess on this dream, right? I had a dream that I was being naked. Not on purpose. In front of all of you, right? I don't know why I had this dream for. I think this is a sign, right? It's when I was talking to all of you, right? And I'm thinking, like, did everyone just saw me naked? because I was so depressed, I was so stressed out, right? I couldn't think properly because I think it was my townhouse. I don't know. I was going upstairs. All of you were seeing me naked. I'm thinking, why is he nude? I'm thinking, no, I'm nude, right? That dream is telling me something that, Dion, you gotta share more about yourself. You gotta just be honest how you feel. Like these YouTubers, I fucking hate some of them. I get jealous. I'm thinking, I wish they get fucking obliterated. People say, Dion, why are you being jealous? Because I fucking am. They got my fucking nerves because they're just fucking ugly in their fucking picture. You know, I think these dreams are telling me that, Dion, you've been hiding yourself. That's what I'm doing. In that dream of me being naked, it's basically, and this is not on purpose, right? Oh yeah, it was something, Greg. I'm thinking I was not naked in front of all of them. You know, it was something else because it means that I'm trying to be. I don't need to share everything. Even there's something in the past I did was really wrong, right? But at least some of the stuff, right? It actually makes sense. Like heck, I have a little confession. I thought Ron was hot. I even got a little bit aroused when he was lifting. I hope Ron does to see this. Okay, when he was lifting up a dozen of bottles, because wow, that's sexy, right? My heart was right. I got, yeah, aroused by him. I'm not kidding. No one knows what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I want to tell guys. I gotta confess, I get a little because of my trauma. And don't worry, I can control it. I get nervous, and I think it's because all the men that took advantage of me, it's like a defense mechanism. I'm thinking that, oh, do I need to have sex with this man? Because like the thing is, okay, when these men took advantage of me, I I go along with it because it would save me from being killed. So if I would give them sex, my body away, that would save me, and it kind of worked. So that I fucking blame my cousin for this. He's probably the one that started this. I don't know. I don't know. And maybe that's why I got that weird Nolly Kriya obsession so much. Because I want to see a man doing it. I don't give about news. I just want to see men doing it with his stomach. I'm upset. I'm this is not healthy. But I think this is like a cope out, right? Maybe that's why I miss Wesley so much. Oh. Sorry, I didn't meant to say his name. In W number one, right? So yeah, Foxy, that's him. He was a fan of mine. A lot of them. There was 4 boys. They're all attractive, right? Around my age. And he was the tallest, right? And I thought he was the hottest. And I still think about him after that incident. I have the video of it on my channel. So yeah, I hope he doesn't think I'm weird. I hope it isn't shirt. I'm sorry, I had to confess. That's it. I'm not confessing other stuff though, because that's for no one. That's like, yeah, that's only for you. Right? Yeah, that's all right, Linda. I mean, I took advantage of other people. You know, I didn't meant to. Like, you want to know something? I still thought that 17-year-old I met this is wrong, okay? But yet again, he did took advantage of me. I thought he was cute, right? Well, I was 24, he was 18. You know, I thought that's what he said, right? Because I know in my state that'd be totally illegal, literally. But I hope that boy did mature after what he did. I want to forgive him. I do. So I had to talk about it. I do. Because I gotta be honest, the older teens are I mean, they look like adults, yeah. Doesn't mean I want to do it though. No. The thing is, he growled on my testes, right? And then forced me to, I didn't want to do it, but he's much bigger than me. So, and yeah, that was hot. Because of my trauma? Yeah. I'm thinking like, I'm hoping I took advantage of him. You know, he took advantage of me, right? Oh my. And this is why when I was 18, I want to go for older men. And I'm proud to say that I have. I gotta say, it was kind of hot. I didn't like it though. He would think, oh yeah, you're like a 17. Well, he knows what he's doing. And it's not like I. He's the one that wanted to do it without my consent, and of course, he can't. It's the way he can't consent, but he did it without my consent anyway. See, to this day, it still fucking beats me up to this day. You know, this is why I think if you're that age, I wonder that's why they got the age of consent around that age in many countries, because they know what they're doing. Versus a fucking 8-year-old. No, the 8-year-old is not aware. 17, if you're old enough to basically give birth and drive, you know? Sorry, I had to share it. I had to. Because the thing is, like, imagine if it was online. I would still feel like a fucking monster, but the thing is, this was in person. Online, that would be different, right? Even though it's still wrong, right? I'm just giving like an example. Like, if someone, like an adult, did that, yeah, they get punished, but they're not an awful person. Like, all this predator stuff, it depends, right? It depends. Maybe it's because I feel awful. Like, no, the victim, I feel awful, but at the same time, I feel awful for that person because they got taken advantage of. Like, as long as they didn't force them, like, oh, you gotta, like, if you do this, I will dox you, or you gotta, like, saying something mean, unless it's a one-time thing that they should be forgiven, but I don't know. I don't fucking know, okay? I don't know. This happened in person. That's different. Like, this is, like, physically. We're not talking about online. We're talking about physically, right? I think that's why if people say things to me, because I feel awful, I said things to other people that I shouldn't have, it's different because it happens. You know? It happens. Now, if it's in person, that's totally different. It's like, oh, I'm going to rob you. Versus if I sing online, I'm going to rob you. I know where you live. Yeah, that's not okay. But it's way less than, you know what? I'm stepping your purse. Oh, no, you didn't go to jail. But online, yeah, you should get shamed for it. It's fucked up what you did. But if it's in person, no, you can go to jail. Because physically, that's way worse, right? This is why I'm not mentally well right now, because I feel that whatever happened, I'm not going to live an old age. I'm not. And they say life gets better when you get older. I want to fucking kill myself. I don't know how these old people live. God damn it. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Jerry, it is. It is. And Brock, it's my pleasure. I had to. Literally, because, again, I know he's an older teen, but it's biologically, it's normal. You know, it's not okay at all. It's not. It depends. Like, if it's like a 17-year-old, they can go, oh, you want to have sex. No, that's fucked up, right? Versus that, yeah, it's okay, like, in your heart, right? But as long as you act on it. Like, in thoughts, it's totally normal to find him attractive. If they look like an adult, right? I don't know. How fucking know? I don't know. See, this is why I don't fucking get out much. This is why I hate these other fucking adults. Sorry. Ooh. Fuck that damn Chinese Richard chain. Sorry, I want to get racist so fucking badly right now. Sorry. That YouTuber I'm jealous of. I'm sorry. Or that white fucking motherfucking, I want to say the C word so badly. Zach. because you get a lot of fucking views, you fucking white ass bitch. Sorry. Yes, I gotta say, sometimes I do say racist stuff because I don't care. No, it's not okay. But you know what? Fuck you, Stevie Universe. Fuck you, you little fucking white ass yellow. I want to. Can we just make racism legal? No. No. See, it just. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm getting a headache. I'm really schizophrenic. I am. Okay, I really hear things are not there because of all the media and stuff I hear online. It fucking drives me nuts. It does. So I don't want my mother's boyfriend to hear that. But oh, I'm not well. I don't think I'm ever gonna be well. But thank you, Foxy. Hell, you want to know something? I feel awful that I thought I even sort of rude with my neighbor because she didn't want to be filmed, no, but she's having a bad night. I'm thinking, yeah, well, you're outside of my property. And then I did call her with my mother. Dumbo knows what I'm talking about because I feel guilty. I'm telling all of you, I'm not going to live a long life because I do care what other people think. For people to say, oh, you shouldn't, shut up, okay? It's basically a wealthy person telling a homeless person, "Hey, get new shoes." With what money? With what money? It doesn't work that way. You know, it doesn't work that way. I think that's why I get jealous when I see these YouTubers that do work. Because sometimes I wish I could fucking kill them. Not literally, because I'll go to jail. I'm just saying this. You see, these are great. Did I really get myself brain damage? After I hit myself the other day, I could still feel it. Oh no, I think I damaged my head. Oh, that's just great. I'm not gonna live long. I hope this. Oh my. I really must have hit myself really hard. Great. It's like a little bump. How am I still alive? I hope that's not permanent. I need a break. Then I don't have an ice pack, sadly. I don't. I'm sorry, I forgot what I just said. I forgot what I just said this I'm at Buddha. I don't remember what I just said. I'm fine. I'm just overthinking it. This is why I had to live stream early because I've been talking about this for about an hour now, and I haven't bathed in a month. Yeah, that's all right. I know you're going to do a lot. Sorry, because sometimes I feel like in my gut I gotta share something that I really feel guilty of, but I need to keep that for myself. I hope I didn't traumatize anyone. The people I talked to in the past, like many people I've met. Oh boy, I still feel like a monster for it. Yeah, sir. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, that's over, especially when you're on that. I just gotta share one confession. I already did, right? When I yelled at that kid, it's saying something that I shouldn't have on, his father wanted to join the call the police. I was going through a bad night. Bear with me. I know he's a young kid and all, but he's got my fucking nerves, I guess. I don't know. I feel awful what I said on the fucking phone. So, this saying like he should go fucking kill. I don't know. Something similar to that. I don't know. All for my parents are not offended. Being a fucking adult is fucking stressful as it is. It don't fucking work. Okay, not to mention what I said to Jessica, though. Oh, God. Man, I was mean to a lot of people, wasn't I? Damn it. You know what Jessica did was fucked up later, though. Right. Perone blaming. The thing is, I was walking home from like the grocery store, and I must have just said more than just yelling at him. I don't remember though. I just know I shouldn't have said anything to a kid that age, right? Well, I was just yelling at him because I was fucking tired. I don't know. God, I feel awful. I just delete the number. You know, pretend that never ever happened. He was a supporter of mine, right? If that actually makes sense. I feel awful. He was really smart for his age. Maybe that's why Eric is so close to me now, because, you know, Dion, that was in the past. You didn't meant to say such things to him. Thank you, son. I mean, I know I did. I just don't want to tell all of you, like, other stuff what I said to people. I feel like I have to, but yeah, you don't. You'd be surprised. I literally said a lot of stuff to people. I did. I did. I don't know why, though. I don't even know how this happened. Maybe it's after Elijah died. I did this swim alive. Yeah, I guess I'm using this as a pass because I fucking can't handle it. Saw you fucking yellow per you white, you're a fucking lesbian bitch. I'll fucking kill your ass, you motherfucker, teen ass bitch. You wonder why you get fucking raped and shit? Because you're a teen, you know what you're fucking doing. Don't say they're fucking predators or some shit. Sorry, why am I staying? I gotta say that CTO is fucking attractive, right? If he did something, whatever, okay? Even though I did fucking Again, I know how older teens are. That's probably why. All right, it's fucking okay. You know, it's not. And I'm telling all of you, I don't send nudes to people. You'd be surprised. I think it's because of that D guy that I missed. That lied about his age. And yeah, I find him hot. He didn't look like his age. I would feel guilty if I still talked to him at 16. I'm surprised I won't be in fucking jail. You know, he's the one that's okay with it. You know, I don't want to pressure to send pictures of him or what he looks like. Because I know, if he did lie, I will probably share it online. Well, his face. You know, I gotta be my fucking cousin for this, okay? Because I was fucking 8, he was 16. I don't want to see his name. I don't. Okay? I gotta keep it private. That may have to do with it. I don't fucking know. I feel awful about took advantage of them too, literally. I still fucking feel awful to this day. I'm telling people, I'm a spade, right? I don't like to send nudes. Fuck no. Sometimes maybe the reason why I don't talk flirty because I know by experience I'll get in trouble. You know what's wrong? Like, all right, if it's my life is in the line, just go with it, and then they'll leave me alone. Especially that fucking 17-year-old though that took advantage of me, right? Because if I said something, if I reported him, he could get me arrested. I just went with it. Do I want doing this? No, I don't. And people think, yeah, you're a fucking a predator is basically when they don't fucking feel guilty what they did. Right? You know what? Like, after what he did to me that night, it was fun of his house. We were sitting on, like, his little fence. I give him a hug. I don't know why I did. Maybe it's because I don't want to report me or something, you know. And then he blocked me. I'm glad he did. And I gotta be honest, in my entrusted thought, I thought he was cute. Maybe it's because he's bigger than me. Maybe that's why. A teenager that has to look down on me. I think that's hot. No, it's not. Like, you seem as an adult, right? And especially if it's an older teen that's near of that age, and you were 24 at the time. Yes, it's a big gap, but you were still a young adult. He was about to be a fucking grown-ass adult, knows what he was doing. I know Europeans see this differently because us Americans, we're a little weird. We're strict with this, age laws and stuff. The thing is, we're walking around. I'm sorry, I had to share this. I got you. Okay, this is before he told me he was 17 or something, right? We're just walking, like I don't want to do anything, right? Just walking around at night, just talking, right? And then we're just sitting right next to each other. I guess I was scared of him. I did this. I didn't meant to come off as sexually, I guess. I was intimidated because he's a bigger guy, right? He can do anything to me. I think that's where my phobia of teenagers came from because I get scared of them. I do. And then next thing you know, he proposed to me and I was shaking like a molacho rattle, like a maraca, right? I wanted to cry too, though. And he said, "It's okay." No, it's not. At the same time, I'm thinking like, yeah, it's fine. Because, it's not because he's underage, right? You see why I only want adults here? You see why I only want adults on my channel, right? Because if they lie and then I get tricked because of my autism, I know it doesn't give it a pass, but I'm pretty fucking gullible. Maybe it's because of the way I was treated by older adults, but it's like around that teen age, right? I want to give all you like a little confession. Here's the reason why I like the age 19, which is when I met Rosalie, right? That's when my life was a little messy. I couldn't leave out that. I think that's why I want to be honest. I find 19-year-olds really hot. Okay. I like that number. 1924, right? I had to share that. I just think that's a nice age. Maybe it's because that's just before my life really went downhill. I guess. I don't know. I think those YouTube videos I shared, that may have to do with it. I guess it's because what I'm trying to say is college age is something I can't get out of. I still feel like I'm acting like a college teen, right? Even though my life really started to go downhill when I was like 20, after Elijah died. Okay, when he had cancer. That's when I don't fucking care anymore. Even if I said something to someone I shouldn't have said, or, that they could get me arrested for it. Like if I give them like a death threat or something, you don't know, right? I just don't fucking care anymore. I think that's when my life started to go downhill. Yeah, I think when Elijah died, I just don't care anymore. Because I don't want to talk about it. I don't. I just don't give a fuck. Right? because we can afford to get him treated. That's why that's why I get so fucking jealous of this. After if I could just fucking kill someone legally, sorry. Just to bring back Elijah, like a YouTuber, yeah, you gotta go. I don't fucking no, I do care. Because the thing is, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, it's a bad. I don't want to talk about it. Everyone, I'm sorry because this is gonna happen a lot throughout this channel. I just want you to be aware this is gonna happen a lot. Randomly. I think I need to stop talking about. Oh my god. I just wanted to share something. Like when I see a doll commercial, I get emotional. I do. Depending on the doll commercial, I will break down. I'm not kidding. I would literally break down. Also, maybe that's why I hate Lofi so much because of the dog thing. I don't want. It would trigger me. I will fucking snap like a sailor from SpongeBob SquarePants. I want to finish drawing my husband, but I can't. I wish I could marry Luffy in my life. I need a boyfriend, I think, right now. Like a 19-year-old boyfriend that drives and has tattoos. I may need to. Just to move on for Wesley at this point. I mean, okay. Why am I saying I don't want to date anyone? I want friends, but I guess things separately. But I don't fucking know. And I'm tired of my fucking bed deflating. God damn it. Yeah, me either, Greg. Oh, right, Maggie? Oh my gosh. I think the one that got me most emotional is like one of those pet food ones. Or I think the Subaru with the dog family. Oh no, yeah, that's right. It's the one with the disabled dogs. Oh, I would break down if I see that. Like if they're missing an eye or a leg. Oh god, I can't watch that. I just hope for all of those people or even like older teens, whatever. I just hope that was seen as a monster for what I did. You know, that they took advantage of me or I said something or took advantage of them or something. God, I'm not that way. I need a boyfriend. I literally this like a college age boyfriend, I guess. Of that age range. Heck, I want to confess, like literally, I thought that senior high school boy, right? Because there'd be 18, right? There'd be 17, right? I thought he was cute. He didn't look like his age. I was nervous, that video that I shared. Well, I only showed a clip of it, right? When I was going for a walk, he was kind of cute. I'm sorry, I just fucked up. I mean, saying that. Because he was just asking if I was okay if I was lost, and he didn't look like his age either. I gotta be honest. He looked older than me, kinda. I hope I'm not a freak for that. Maybe it's because of the Mexicans that I had crushes on that made in that division. There's a really cute 21-year-old. He was tall. That was I had a crush on him. I even knew who he was. He was hot though. He was walking his pit bull, and then I guess he talked to me. He was hot. He was tall though. I was nervous. I'm thinking like, oh, I want to date him. I don't even know who he was. I guess it's to distract me because of what my fucking cousin and the other men did. Anyway, I know, Lisa. I know, but I took advantage of other people in the past, but that I feel fucking guilty for. Just not in person. You know, like if I ever said anything that I shouldn't have said, right, and merely feel deeply guilty for it. Just blocking them or them blocking me. That's moving on. You know. How can I find a fucking senior high school guy hot? Oh my god. Like you have a beard and what or facial hair, like that's a man right there. That's how I see you. You know? Especially if you're taller than me? Definitely. See, this is why people shouldn't be shaming someone. Like if they look old, like mature for their age, it's normal. Versus like let's just say if a guy would hit on. It depends. Like if I was 24, right, and a guy thinks, "Wow, are you like in high school? You look hot." That's fucked up, right? Versus if you're like a senior high schooler and you look at you're fucking 24, at first I'm gonna think you're hot, right? That should be shamed. The other way around should be because that's fucking inappropriate. Maybe that's why I wish I was a little person because at least people would protect me, thinking, "Hey, why are you hitting on that child?" But I'm an adult, right? Because I met short adults like me, and they look like children, like young, right? I think that's why I like being short and young because I would get protected more because I didn't got that when I was younger. I still fall for like let's just say if you're like a teen, right, like a young teen, that's not right. It's fucked up. Like depending on the age, I don't know, right? If you get take advantage of course, like you could be a tall teen, and you still look like a child. Oh yes, it depends. It depends. You know, us human beings are really complex creatures sometimes. You know. Oh yeah, definitely, Sullivan. Absolutely. Right, Mason? I feel awful of your height. I can't imagine if someone wanted to beat you up. I've heard stories about this. I thought I could share this with Mason, right? It's fucked up. And I was protected by tall people. I think that's where it came from. I mean, Wesley, he's short as hell, but I think he's hot because I had a connection with him, which I will never have again. I've read some stuff on Reddit, like it's the subreddit tall, right? You know, for people that are tall height, they don't even have to be tall to be on there. You know, it'd be anyone, but it refers to people of tall stature, right? That they share stories that they would be seen as targets because hey, if I beat up this 6'4" guy, I'll be a man. That's you're just preying on him. It's fucked up. Not to mention women that want to, oh yeah, he's tall, like what's he packing? Women, that's sexual harassment that you're doing. It's not his fault that he's tall. Or if you maybe a little bit down there. How would you feel if a man did that to you because you got maybe D-cup boobs? You wouldn't like that, huh? It's exactly like that. You know? It's exactly like that. It's just a shame that we would treat someone well, it shouldn't know what height they are, but I just know from a Taurus perspective, I have a lot of respect for them because what they had to go through, right? So I had to share that because again, a lot of my crushes were tall. And yes, I have a because man can grow to the 21 at least. Well, some of them can grow a little later. I think that's where I got turned on among college age because the guy that I liked, well, Hugo, which I want to talk about, he grew a little bit. It kind of turned me on because I'm short, right? But he grew a little bit when I last seen him. It kind of turned me on. I was scared. I was intimidated. It really turned me on. It did. And he was older than me, by the way, right? Because I was 19. Oh, that makes me around like that age. Okay, I need to stop. I want to think about being 19 again. 19 was such a weird age. But you know what I mean, right? I had to share it, Linda. It's my pleasure. I had to. And that's fucked up, Mason. I'm so sorry, honey, that you had to go through that. I wish you could press charges on them. And this is why I have so much respect for tall people, right? And yet, short people say, "Oh, why don't people like us?" Well, you're a fucking shrimp. You know what's interesting? I get harassed by short people way more than tall people, which is weird. I think, yeah, you wonder why you don't. You wonder why no one likes you, or that girls reject you because you're a fucking bitch. It's not attractive. They say, "Oh, no one likes me." Well, yeah, because you're a fucking wuss. You want to pick fights with people, no fucking reason. You damn asshole. That's why I don't find short people attractive. I'm sorry, but yeah. It's not attractive. No, they should be bullied. No. But if it's to that point you want to assault someone, yeah, you wonder why I find, oh, yeah, you're 5'4". Next. Not to mention, I always like to get piggyback rides and whatnot. Or like in a little tote bag. Because short people can't do that. And I'm not being mean. Because I get told all my life you're average. Shut up. I'm not average. If I can see a 5'6" person tall, I am not average. No, I'm not. It fucking insults me when people say I'm not average. I love being short. Like, shut up. Oh my god. I swear, people keep telling me, do I look average to you? Average? Okay, if 130 pounds is a lot of weight to me, that will tell you how small I am. 130 pounds will make me overweight. That's how small I am. That's a lot of weight for me. That's a lot. And it's not, though. I think that's what? For what? A 5'6" person? I am well below that weight mark. That's a lot of weight. That's pretty heavy. That would make me have a beer belly if I had that much. In fact, I would be unhealthy if I weighed that much. Yeah, I may be kind of body. I'm healthy. I'm not underweight. Well, not that I know of, no. But if I weigh that much, I will probably get some heart attacks. I want to keep my weight a secret because I want people to not know what my height is. I am short. I am. So, you have a bullying fetish? Popcorn eye. Same here. And White Rock, it's such a weird age. Yeah, Audrey, it's possible. I actually, come in fact, women can grow that age too. Very rarely, though. I looked it up. It's really possible. It doesn't mean you have a tumor or anything. It just it can happen. I think the oldest is like 23, which is kind of hot. So yeah, I might think a guy that's. Sorry, I'm thinking about Hugo again. Come to think of it, yeah, he did grow though. He did, oh, it was so hot. I think the reason why I liked him a lot because when he gets angry, he would threaten to beat me up. I'm not kidding. You don't want to mess with him. He's really strong too. Damn, I wish he. No wonder I liked when he. I want to talk about it. Let's just say he, without my consent, I was just scared of him. I thinking it's. I want to say it. but I liked it. Man, he was angry. It kind of turned me on though. Oh God, this is not healthy. At least I'm not okay. I want to tell you all about this. I was watching this yesterday. Don't worry, I don't have this. So I want anyone to know about this. It was a really great video that this woman posted. You know about serial killers, right? There's an actual fetish. It's really concerning. Like what me and Parker had, it's not like this. There's a word for it. It's when you get aroused by serial killers. That's fucked up. Like for me, I get aroused by being beaten up, but not like that. It's basically like when you hear about Ted Bundy. Oh, Dion, you know what? Maybe that dream is telling me something that I typed in, that I told all of you just now. Jeffrey Dahmer, and then a couple others, right? This is supposed to come on among women because since women are more likely to be victims, right? And this is really common. You'd be surprised. I always think this is normal, but at the same time, it's not normal because of how women get taken advantage of, right? Again, us men could have it too. It's just that women is way more common. That you would have a crush on that man that basically murdered people. It's pretty common. It is. It's like if you have watched Futurama, when Amy, she wanted to get like a bad boy, right? Like when they went to that jail just to basically free Bender out with a damn, what's it? Like a bond. And then Amy, she was saying, "Oh, you bad." Right? Now I understand it now. Because that man wanted to threaten to kill her or something. Now I understand it. It's an actual fetish. It is pretty common. So now I understand now. Now I understand. It's pretty common. For women, yeah. It is. And you don't understand why women don't want to leave their domestic. Okay, so I did fail my TikTok, one of my old ones, because of Slade that followed me, right? So I do thank him for that. You know, I don't want to talk to him though. It was that video of that native woman that I saved, right? Here's the thing. I thought all you can know about this, right? I think I gave her some food or something. I looked at that video. I think a lot of people liked it. I hope she's doing well. Because she's in an interracial relationship, right? With a black guy. I know she don't want to be on camera, but it's for my safety, right? Just in case. Like, one, if she would spread, like, false info to the police. Two, I want to share proof that I helped someone. And three, well, it's for my own safety. Four is because, well, I want to look back on it. She went back with him. Basically, she told me that she got beaten up by him, but she don't want to leave. This is really common. It's not healthy, but it happens because women that are, and this is for men too, that are in domestic relationships, they're afraid that if they leave, they would get killed, especially in the Middle East. I wouldn't be surprised if this is common. When you're forced into marriage or something, yeah, it's common. And Greg, that's correct. Yes. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know if I told you this, but you're similar to me. I understand. Because if your ex, I got a son when he wanted to abuse after 7 times. Yeah. And honey, I understand. Yeah, because of your trauma. And hun, there's nothing to be ashamed of. There isn't. Okay, I understand. I absolutely understand. That's basically like what you like. It's not like the serial killing one, but like the bullying. It's called sadism or something. It's when people would get aroused when they get abused. That's the fetish versus the serial killer one. We have the sadism type, right? And I'm like that. Like those men that I've met or whatever, I got turned on when they were pushing me a bit. Or let's just say, even like those teens who are underage, I just went with it. I mean, I feel fucking awful if I did. I want anyone to take them that way? No. Okay? Because I still have that mind thinking, oh my God, why don't I talk to them like this? Because they could get me arrested, whatever. I don't want to confess about you this, right? Because this is not right. But hey, you know, maybe it's because of my trauma. Because the thing is, they're not like young. I want you to know that, right? That'd be way different. Okay? Even though they're not age, if you know what I mean, right? Like, let's just say, well, at least one of them that light up at their age, D, right? You know, especially because he's much taller than me, and you know, God, I can't even think he was 16. He did not look like it. And I'll still fight. Like, if you're 16, I will still feel guilty that he's attractive. Because, like, that's a grown man. And so you can see how stressed out I am, right? I'm not doing that, by the way. Because of what I have went through. I'm thinking, like, that's why, like, oh, if someone's 16, right, they know what they're doing. You know, it's fucked up. It should, like, it is predatory, but I guess it depends on the context, right? Like, if you feel guilty, you don't want to continue, I don't know, right? It's like that. Versus if they're young, then yeah, you should be in prison, right? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been hearing about these Asian consent laws and me not knowing about this. Okay, I feel fucking awful for it. I don't know, right? And I guess it's like a way to escape, right? I gotta say, he did not look like his age. That's one thing. Like, I would feel guilty, like, wow, he's 16. Like, if you told me, I would still feel guilty in my mind that he's still attractive. Because he's a big boy, though. He had a deep voice. He did, right? And especially since he's from Paul's country, he's fucking huge. Literally, he's fucking 5'10", which in his country is like being 6'4". He's a giant. I'm thinking, God damn, he's hot. It's fucked up. I like, the thing is, I don't want to see him that age, right? Because especially since he told me he was 20 and that he lied. I want to forgive him, of course, right? So I'm thinking, because especially since we're talking about college stuff, like, yeah, I know where this is going, right? So, I don't see him as a child. I don't. So, because I remember he even did like a little drawing of me being the little spoon and him being the big spoon, right? I think him because since again, my cousin was 16 when he molested me, he knew what he was doing. And well, again, this is why I want to focus on college age here. I want anyone to, if you do to be differently, understand. Okay, I'm trying to say this because I don't. This shouldn't be encouraged. This shouldn't be okay. It shouldn't be. No. Because my cousin's penis was really big. He's 16, mind you. At least from what I remember. I just know he was an older teenager, right? Like, I wasn't even developed yet. I wasn't. And yet, he would whip out his penis and he wanted me to suck on it like a lollipop. I think he told me it was a lollipop. Maybe that's how it all started. Because, again, I wanted to aim for college, adult teenage, right? That's what I wanted to aim for. The people I want to talk to at the time. So, yeah, I had to share that. And of course, I did give him oral sex. Okay, well, technically, I'm a child. Or, well, I'm a child, right? So technically, what? It's rape, isn't it? It's kind of weird because the thing is, though, he didn't force me to have anal sex with him. It was oral, right? Because he was laying on my. You can see this is what you can see. I'm an 8-year-old, right? I had a Blue's Clues bed. I was playing Crash Bash on my PS1 in my underwear and my long shirt. He wanted to lay down and he got aroused, right? Literally, I could, like, it was big, right? And I'm thinking that this isn't right, but I liked it. And he did ejaculated a little, the little stuff, like, for my boys, you know what I'm talking about, right? And he forced me to keep doing it, right? And I kind of liked it. You see why I'm against incest. It was big. It wasn't small. Like, I'm thinking, yeah, I know you're like a teenager and all, but what the fuck? Because the thing is, we're 8 years apart, right? I wasn't 10 or anything. No, because we lived in our townhouse when I was 9, well, going on 10. So this happened when I was 8 or 7, around that age. It's either 8 or 7. I don't remember exactly. It was around that age. Because again, he's 8 years older than me, right? That's why when I see like little ones with their parents, I'm thinking, please protect them, please. But when I see like teenagers, like they need to be protected too, but you're on your own. You can go to the grocery store, whatever, yourself. Yes, you are a child, but like sometimes I don't see as a child, right? It's kind of complicated. Versus like an 8-year-old, like you gotta protect them. But like once you get 16, I'm thinking like, yeah, you can kind of take care of your like you still need parent supervision, but at the same time, you're doing adult responsibilities, right? If that makes sense. I'm not trying to excuse this stuff. Hell no. It's not right at the same time, but I get it. Like, it's so much to find older teens, whatever, right? That are not of age, like 16 or whatever, right? But it's not right. I'm trying to explain people, right? It's fucked up. It is. But it's not like it's hard to explain. It is, okay? Because if it's like a child like my age that happened, you need to be locked up for life. But like if teens, like older ones, like you could be like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. You know? That's why I do support the death penalty. Like if you take advantage of someone that's under 13, right? You're done. Like if you did it in person, raping them, you need the death penalty. In some states, right, they actually have that. Yet you need to get death for what you fucking did. Like if you rape them, like versus if you're hating them, you're groping on them or anything like that, right? But if you're having sex, I'm talking about like sex, you gotta die. My opinion. Like what my cousin did, he was underage, right? He's lucky that he got a death penalty. I'm sorry, I had to share this. I had to. I can't, because the thing is, my birthday's coming up soon, right? I got to share it. And I think he did had a bit of pubic hair too. And he was kind of tall as well. And yes, I want all of you to know. I mean, listen, it's over, okay? I do want him changed. I'm sure all of you want him in prison, right? Because he's still my cousin. Because yeah, he got abused. Well, not sexually, but he was abused. It's kind of weird. He was abused growing up, but he did to me. But I was sexually abused, but I wouldn't do it to even a teenager, even if I said something flirty, right, that I shouldn't. Because one, it didn't happen in person, even though it may happen online. But two, I feel fucking guilty about it. And three, it's not like this would happen. Like this was like eons ago. Like that's over with. It'd be different for one of those other fucking goddamn fucking creepy YouTubers that a lot of people fucking like that basically still doing on fucking people and they just want to fucking support them. And I'm the mean one? Now you're lucky I could have fucking kill you if it was legal. Sorry. So basically to explain, right? He did this whenever he would come over to our house. Because my mother I got home from school, right? Like the school bus. My mother was watching Oprah Winfrey in the living room. He got dropped off. Like our family didn't know about this. Okay. Well, I did to my mother later, and she said that if you get near my son, I'll get you arrested or something. Again, I was young. I didn't tell my mother everything of all the details, and my mother didn't know what to do. Right? If that makes sense. Don't blame my mother. Please don't. Okay. Because he would like to come in because we were pretty bonded like this, right? He even would teach me how to do little cheat codes. I learned that because of him when we used to play Crash and Spiral together. So I guess in return, he wanted me to give him oral sex multiple times. This didn't happen one time. This happened multiple times though. Right? And I think he did pull it up his pants. I don't remember. Okay. It was so long ago. And I had a small room. Okay. I literally had a Blue's Clues bed. I mean, Blue's Clues blanket, sheets, everything. Teddy bears, like an average 8-year-old. Think about Greg's son, but a year younger than that. I just don't want this to be forever that I would find like college age boys attractive. I don't. Like, I don't want anyone to see me that way. I don't. I did this why I'm glad when I was 18, I liked older men. I consent to it. I was 18 in high school. So I was of age. I'm glad I went to that route, even though they did take advantage of me. Right? I consent to meeting up with them. Like that guy, I swear, I wish YouTube didn't remove my fucking channel, but they allow fucking boobs in a thumbnail. YouTube, okay? Because Angel, he was 29, I was 18. I think he was hot. And I'm proud to say that. Like, that's an older man right there. Excuse me. Sorry, inappropriate. But of course, he did take advantage of me. I don't want to talk about it. I just really appreciate him for asking for my state ID. Make sure I was of age. Doesn't make him weird. So what? I was 18. So I mean, he met my mother, right? Like, he met her. So we're fine. I want to be honest. I do find 18-year-olds hot. Like, I saw this one on Reddit, right? His body was. He looked like he was like 25. Man, he had like pecs, a 6-pack, really tall, 6'2". His penis was huge. I'm thinking, God damn, he's 18. Like, what the? He's like 25. Like, I'll be scared of him if I was an alley. Like, yeah, that is not an 18-year-old. God damn, he was like, he's old. He looked like he's older than me. I mean, he didn't show his face, but his body though was like, damn, he's ripped. Like, that's what I'm attracted to, right? I need to tell all of you about this, okay? I do get a little bit worried because he's a father. I could tell my 2 fathers on here about this. He is a father. He has kids. I do sometimes worry if he would. Well, I think our family would hear that about by now. We would hear something on the news or whatever what he did to his boys, because what he did to me, right? I think he has 2 boys. I know I see one of them when they're really little. I could just share that. That's why I refuse to go to any family reunion or gathering, right? If it's him involved, no, I'm not going. I know he's upset, but you know what you did to me when I was 8 or 7, around that age. That's not good. I literally, like, if you've seen a picture of me, my mother has it up, so I wish I still kept those pictures. Like, you can see what it looked like as an 8-year-old or Eric's age. Imagine if an older teenager, like, I wonder how Greg would feel if an older teenager would, like, you would see how I look like as a 9-year-old. I don't even look like an average 9-year-old. I look like I'm I don't know, 6, right? I look pretty small. So yeah, you see why I'm like really overprotective around Greg's son, right? You know, like how I talk when he's here. That's my uncle's side kicking in. You know, like whenever he gets here, you will know. He reminds me of my nephews when they were his age. Again, I'm an uncle, right? You gotta understand. Hell, I was fucking upset when their mother didn't want me to basically being like a little father figure to them because how the thing is that their mother was saying a fucking man that did weed. No wonder you're fucking in jail. I wish I could. Oh my god, because he would be. It was he did child abuse of my nephew. I'm thinking, I wish you did later. I don't care if I'm small, right? You're lucky. If it's legal, if the police would allow me to just kill someone, I don't want to kill anyone. You'd be surprised. If it was legal, I would have ended someone's life by now. Trust me, I want to go there. I could get a little bit psychotic, like in a protective way. And if I could kill an officer legally, oh yes, legally, right? Like as in I would stab their guts and organs or whatever. Oh, trust me, if you could hear like when I yell, if people get quiet, trust me. Like if I had like a weapon or something, and oh my, if I bury your body somewhere, no, I don't encourage this. These are, you can see I'm a little bit on the gothic side, right? You'd be surprised, and people will give me life in prison for this, because like let's just say this is what it's messed up about on this earth, that if a parent or anyone wants to protect their little one and they get life in prison, wow, for the officer that did that, you're probably a predator yourself. You're lucky I want to step your fucking back and you're dead. Like officer down, no, I'll be drinking your blood. Oh, that's that nice fucking flesh because you taste like fucking pig. Because we taste like pork, right? Sorry, I have really dark thoughts. I do. Really dark. Greg, yes, he's a father. Yes. And he used to work at a Chase bank too. He was really smart. He's really smart. I'm not kidding. And Maggie, I would love to have a hug. Please. I would. Come on. And thank you, Sullivan. It means a lot. I want you to know also, Greg, I could tell. Greg, I want you to know you raised him well. You raised him really well. I wish I could visit you both. I literally cried when he did a drawing of me. You are an amazing father. I just, you and Francis are like the best fathers I've ever met that I wish I had. I want you to know that. I'm gonna pin this. Greg, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that, eh? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my god. I'm so sorry to hear that. Jerry, are you serious? Your mother was arrested when you were 9 because she punched a man? Oh, that is fucked up. Especially because she's a woman. Usually people would, hey, that woman basically, even though that's fucked up, but I don't blame them though. Usually be the other way around. That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. Oh, a pedophile, right? Right. Or, sorry, predator, I think that's what you're trying to say. Thank you, Francis. Muchas gracias, mijo. That means a lot. And mijo means sweetheart, by the way. I decided to say that. That's a sweet way because you're a father. And I said to Greg, but since I speak Spanish, that, you know, I could connect with that. As usually I don't say that in English. Well, I do to some of the women on here. Not everyone, depending on, you know, how I feel towards you. Like, I treat all of you equally. I guess it depends because I can tell how the way you talk, I guess. But yeah, I just had to just get that out of my system because You know, it sucks that some people in this earth they just had to live with this. You know, it sucks. It does. We didn't choose where we're born. We can't decide. It's just it's random. It's not karma, some crap. So you tell me that what all Indians they did bad things in their lives, that's why they live that way? That's messed up for the own system to think that. No, they just happen to be Indian. They just develop in that region, you know, and having that religion as well. It's just how life is. I might put to sleep, you know? And Foxy, it's my pleasure. I had to, even if this doesn't get any suggestions by people, because I know a lot of people like Robin is in here, Natalie is in here, Lily is in here. You know, it's all right. I try not to take it personal that not everyone's here. Pomni is in here. I hope Richard is doing okay. You know, Art, for example. I'm trying to think about other people that we had at this channel that aren't here right now. Moxie from Australia. And then Charlie. But, right. It's funny they got their names from cartoons or whatever. Interesting. I put to sleep. That's terrible, Eric. I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't blame you because I don't blame him for that because I don't want to ask because I know that's too personal. But the last time I saw my father, I was 2, right? I did find him on Facebook. I wanted to do a video. I hope his Facebook is still up because I know he has his pictures. I know that's my father. I know it is. Because I want to do a video to share. Oh, yep, that's my daddy, all right. And you know, and my half brother, but I didn't got the chance. Maybe it's because because I wanted to go viral and share that. Yep, that's my dad. You could tell I almost look like him. It's kind of weird. But the funny thing is, he's more Native American looking and black. Maybe that's why I love Native Americans so much. Well, I mean, I have Native DNA in me. I always wanted to date a Native American badly. I don't know why. I'm an Arizonan, so I mean, I have a good chance, but it's still rare because, well, the gay population is really low. I probably got like 1 in a 7 million chance of meeting a Native American boy, but whatever. You know, I'm not interested in dating, or especially right now. And it's by pushing me. I had to. Greg, I wish you didn't tell me. I'm so sorry to hear that. My deep condolences. I'm so sorry. That's stop. That's awful. And people say us men can get cancer. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Down here, the prostate area, yeah, we can get them. Women don't, but we do though. I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. And I don't think there is, Garnet. Tim. Wait. Because Tim is white. Yeah, he told me. That's right, Dan. That's right. He told me that his father was part native. Which is pretty awesome. You know what? I think I need to do tonight when I come up more shorts. I'll put in the code word Navajo. And I'll add like the Navajo word and see if anyone will come in here. Because the thing is, you know what? Speaking of Navajo, right? Oh, and I know some violet is in here. I still got leftover spaghetti. The sad truth is about Native Americans, they don't get treated well. I'm sure a lot of you know that, right? I don't want to go in a lot of detail, but let's just say the reason why they drink a lot. Think about Russians, right? I know Michael can relate to this. It's because they live in poverty regions where they don't have as much access to education, clean running water, and just, other resources. And domestic abuse is really common. You'd be surprised. It's pretty high. I know. Like that woman that I saved and then a couple others, it's sadly common. I could tell, like, yep, you're Native American, aren't you? This is pretty common. It's sad. It is. And not to mention that their language doesn't get taught in schools. It needs to be taught. In my state, it needs to be a law that in schools, Navajo needs to be taught badly. If I was a president right now in the state of Arizona, in New Mexico, this us too, right? Navajo needs to be taught in schools. That's mandatory. Of course, no one will get arrested. That's just silly. But like, let's just say if it doesn't get taught, then well, the teachers can get fired. I don't know. Okay, something like that, right? Besides well, okay. Here's the thing. They can either learn Spanish or Navajo, their choice, right? One of the two. If I was someone of power, I want that to be a law. Because this is just sad. So, Greg, he understood it since he lives in Canada. They are natives up there, but they're different, right? And I don't. One of the groups, I forgot what they're called. It's like our version, kinda, of theirs. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of natives that live up there. Yeah, there is a lot. They're different group. One of them is the Cree. And then the one that's way up north, like the Eskimos, they're named the Inuits, right? I think those, yeah. I think those are the only two that I know. And then there's like another group, but those are only two main ones because those are the ones with the higher populations, right? Hey Tim, oh, what a coincidence! We're just talking about you just now. What Dumbo was, and me too, Jerry. I wish I could learn Navajo. I wish I could. I only know 3 words. Ehehe, which means thank you, I believe. Ya'ate means hello. If I remembered. And then Shima means aunt. So if I want to say hello aunt, you say Ya'ate Shima. It's not an easy language. There's a lot of accent marks. It needs to be taught. They do have a Duolingo, but it's not even finished. You know? I'm thinking this is an important language. Yeah, so what is where I'm from, it's important. It's like if I were to go to, like, imagine in Japan, right? I thought Mason and Garner could hear this. Imagine in Japan, right? You would basically take out that language in I think it's in northern Japan around Hokkaido. I would just like, they're not gonna be learning that language. No, that's part of their culture, though. It's part of their culture. You can't just erase it. Or for Dumbo, for example, the Irish, they got to stop learning Irish Gaelic. No. You kidding me? No, they need to keep that. Yeah, that's why when I hear dead languages or extinct languages, I forgot what it's called. They're called dead languages, right? It means they're extinct. It's heartbreaking. I want the Irish to keep their Irish heritage or language. I speak a little bit of Irish myself. I do. I can't really read it that well, but I could speak it, right? Still counts. I would say, Dira queeted Woodkid Okis Kylie Nadakilen. Yeah, you don't know what I said, right? It's not easy the way it's really hard. I'm thinking they need to keep that in schools, damn it. If they can speak Welsh, or if Welsh could study, if Welsh could have Welsh spoken, why not the Irish? or Scotland, for example. Why is the artist just empty? That's unfair. No, they need that. You know? You wish you could learn it too, so I don't blame you. Foxy, it pretty is. It's hard. If you thinking Mandarin, actually come to think of it, I would have an easier time studying Arabic than Navajo. That's how tough it is. It's a tough language. It's not easy. I tried. It is really hard. It is, I think, the hardest language I've ever tried to study. It's not easy. Actually, I think it's in between that and Mongolian. Mongolian, oh, it's supposed to be that adorable script. I'm not gonna be able to read that. You know? Exactly, Linda, exactly. Yeah, half white and half Navajo. That's interesting. And Ben, yes, they do drink a lot. And I'm doing okay, Timbo. So I had a really bad nightmare. But yeah, tell me about it, Francis. I've speaking of it, Francis, especially came in time the word dead. Believe it or not, I thought you could hear this in Flagstaff, right? In your city. They actually use, I think in NAU, you can actually study Navajo, which is pretty awesome. I'm thinking, you lucky bastards, because I know there's more natives that actually live up there. They actually have that as a class. You know, I'm thinking like, hey, bring it on here in Phoenix. Come on. Why keep up in Flagstaff? You know, because I know Flagstaff. I'm gonna microwave my spaghetti. It's just for like a few seconds. I know Flagstaff. They you know, I'm gonna flip the screen very quick for the Japanese video. Okay, so Flagstaff, for everyone, it's one of our bigger cities in our state. I don't know, it's not that big, but it kind of is. Well, technically, they don't have any buildings per se, but it's like, let's see, around 76,000 people, which is a lot compared to other cities. Like, let's just say where Brian would be from in Massachusetts is more than some of his cities, but since it's pretty large in size, it's kind of small. Don't let their size fool you, though. There's literally a lot of people. If you think Prescott, it's Flagstaff gets really cold, by the way. It gets really cold. And there's way more people up there than Prescott. I do not know why. Prescott only has 30,000 people, but Flagstaff has 2 times as much. It's a beautiful city, though. I went up there only once. It's beautiful. It's a different world up there. And I'm starting to hear that, Tim. What's on your mind? And another language I want to learn, Popcorn? Korean. I don't know why. I always want to learn Korean, but it's just too hard. I tried, but it's so damn difficult, though. It's weird because Japanese and Mandarin, at least I may understand them, because the writing systems is similar, but Korean, you have to write basically stick lines and with circles, right? It's a really beautiful language, but I just can't. I might have waited until my mother's boyfriend's out. I just can't learn it. Yeah, me too, Parker. I love that. I love that word. What? You serious, Jerry? Well, that's awesome. Look at that. We got some neighbors here. So Jerry's mom lives in Prescott and Francis lives in Flagstaff. That's awesome. What a coincidence. That is so cool. I didn't do that. And Proxy, you're more than welcome with open arms to visit here. I'll be honored that you want to visit our state. Honestly, we do have some hotheads, but the reason why it's because, oh yay, Brian saw us this uploaded 21 minutes ago. Yeah, he did. It's the Halloween commercial chaos. Yay! I'll watch more of that later. It has a cute cat on it. I'll watch that later. I'll show that later on. I only know a little bit of Korean because of your dad. Really, Mia? Oh, I thought you know Korean fluently. I'm sorry. I'm thinking I thought you know the whole language, but I understand. And I can look up that video about Japan. Why Japan is actually like anime. I'll watch that next. Um, it's so dark and cold in my room, my computer. I'm so sorry to hear that, Tim. I'm so sorry to hear that. Tim, if you don't have a heater, right? I wish I could just donate money to you. Damn it. Same for Dumbo as well. Um, if you have, I know this is gonna sound silly, but if you have like an oven, right? Are you able to basically turn it on so that it can heat up your house a little? I know that sounds silly, but it can work. Yeah, I know, but still though. Um, you could try that because I know a lot of people don't know about this. I know that sounds silly, but you'd be surprised at how hot an oven can be. Like if you don't have a heater, you could like turn it on, and maybe that way it can warm up part of your house. Damn it! I'm sorry to hear that. That doesn't work. Crap. Shit. I try and think what would keep you warm. All right, so what I'm thinking of, if you have any sheets or t-shirts, you could basically tuck them in. I'm sure everyone knows about this, right? I know that sounds silly, but you could like tuck it in. Like when you have the door, right? That way you won't have the cold airflow. That way it will keep you. You'll have like a little warmth. Damn it! You don't have a house. You don't have a heater in your house either. Me, I'm sorry. Damn it! Damn it! Sucks reading all of this. Man, I want my. If I had some money right now, I want to give all three of you heaters at this moment. Because it gets hot here. It does get cold, but it gets hot like the 8 months of the year, so I'm fine. Plus, well, the heat doesn't bother me. You'd be surprised. Unless it's like 110 degrees, maybe 109. I'm not bothered by it. I'm trying to check to see my mother's boyfriend because I want to wait until he gets to the room. Hold on. All right, I'm back. No, Mom, I gotta eat. My brother's asleep. I was just talking to my mother's boyfriend about because he's part Ukrainian, right? I thought Alice could hear about it, and Tim, and I was telling him about how messed up the laws are in Russia. Again, I love both countries, but I love Ukraine more because of the fucking president. I hope he gets a fucking heart attack because he's making his country look like monsters what he did, and I can't fucking stand it. That's why I did show that Russian humor video, right? Because Russians are great people. Well, anyone is. But a lot of people see otherwise. I see the flag. I hope I can see Michael's flag too, if he's here. And I just wanted to share it. And he's basically making Bush's baked beans, and he added syrup. I know they could add syrup on beans, but I just had to share that. Mm, mm, exactly, Francis.
Usually. However, content creators in the backdrop of the algorithm and the audience and malicious players and 5 second short videos or just really, really small bits of content about Japan lead the audience into a myopic understanding of Japanese culture that has translated into really toxic things. Let's get into this. I read a book before coming to Japan that had nothing to do with Japan, but there was an entire chapter of this book making fun of Eastern and Western ideas being
I love her
fundamentally
bear.
and even though it's a really hardlining book, it is a comedy in many ways. So I found the passages in this book that talks about Eastern and Western thought purely genius, to be honest. And ironically, we can sum up this imperialistic colonial aspect of one thought being better than the other as Orientalism. This is Orientalism. Orientalism is this idea from the West.
Oh, that bitch.
The East is this exotic,
Mason.
mysterious.
Oh my god, I fucking hate her so much. So the one, remember that video that we talked about Japan, right? She was the one that basically wanted to, because everyone, Mason and Garnet, you two are Japanese, right? She wants to make Japan look like a theme park or something because of how she wants to, let's just say, clickbait and using Mason and Garnet's country for views. I do not know why. She's an awful person. I'm sorry. I know that abroad in Japan, his name is Chris, right? Which is my mother's boyfriend's name. He has a huge heart because I can't forgive her for what she basically did. Just seeing Japan as this, oh yeah, you can make money off of these people because, oh yeah, it's a great country. If I could just raise bait or give up, yeah, she is awful, isn't she, Garnet? This putting graffiti that she used AI, Photoshop, whatever it is. Doesn't make the country just, I don't know what the hell she did it for.
Of inferiority. Orientalism is what you can use to describe something that dehumanizes fundamentally those who are not Western. And there has been many, many works done about Orientalism and the superiority complex of Western thought. However, these ideas, they go both ways. There are those in the East who believe that their thoughts or ideas or whatever are inferior to those of the West, and such is life, such is society, and such is the world. And we can all point and laugh at this superiority complex that exists throughout history. And while creators like Oriental Pearl directly verbalize this superiority inferiority complex, most content on Japan is really subtle. And it goes into how we don't quite understand each other from around the world.
Right.
Whether it's due to language or culture, there is a gap of understanding. And I believe people like Chris and other creators, they want to bridge that gap. But the way that the audience internalizes it is not necessarily the way in which it's intended to be seen. And unfortunately, YouTubers of all kinds, especially when generalizing in any way, become part of a huge, huge problem, which is not bridging any gaps, but in fact furthering them.
Right.
The truth is that whether you are a non-Japanese person making content about Japan or a Japanese person making content about Japan in English, you are still looking through a myopic lens, which is their own personal one. And while there are so many content creators on the platform of YouTube specifically that talk about Japan and give their own perspective, they are slaves to an algorithm that will feed people what they want to see, not what their experience is, not what the truth is.
So this is her name is Tori Japan, and the title is The Problem with Japan's YouTubers. This is basically how people treated both Mason and Garnet's country, right? That's what she's trying to describe. And me too, Sullivan. And you always want to go to Japan, but I want to be, oh yeah, same here, Danny, all the way. And that's what I'm saying too, Tim, literally.
What people would like to see about a culture. So in a weird way, the audience, the algorithm, and the content creators are all shaping this idea of Japan into that which is only seeing a small, small portion of Japan and not fundamentally as a whole the Japanese.
I hope Michael's doing well.
Existence. Because the Japanese existence as a whole in general cannot be quantified. Now, there are very popular YouTube channels on Japan that are few, frankly, few. And some of the loudest voices in the room are Chris, for example.
He's awesome.
I think he might be, like I said in my previous video, the loudest voice in the room.
And the best
and
one.
Because of that, people are very upset with him because he shows a lens of Japan that is his experience. And I don't think it's fair to be angry with somebody because he's not a person of color. I think it's fine to give that experience.
Of course it is.
What he sees from his lens. That's not a bad thing. And clearly, it's a popular thing that he has shown us. He is showing people not just what they want to see, but
tell me about it, Garnet. And Foxy, I know a little bit about Japan myself, to be honest.
That's why people are drawn to him. So I'm not bashing him. However, there are so many other experiences, and in this binary of the audience,
excuse me, that was good.
One way or the other, the real story, the real totality gets fucking lost. And you might think to yourself, okay, well, Chris is one angle. Chris is just, this British guy in Japan. I'm gonna try to seek others' experiences, or maybe even going to a Japanese person's perspective. However, you also cannot rely on that. For example, if somebody were to knock on
your
neighbor's door
yeah.
and ask your neighbor what life is like, where you live, does that guy speak for you?
No.
Does that guy speak for the entirety of your community?
No.
Or even your entire country?
It's like the people thinking that Phoenix is dangerous. Well, my experience, it can be, but it's extremely rare. That's my experience. That's what she's trying to say.
And the same applies for those who speak about Japan. And I urge the audience to watch out very, very carefully for any person who generalizes Japan in any way or suggests that they speak for Japan. And I'm specifically going to call out this person for doing such a thing.
His name is Sohei Kondo. My Assassin's Creed Shadows video was removed. Why? Oh, is that what he did? I believe this is just a mistake and people so soon. I trust what I said does not go against my policy, and I love YouTube, right? Well, that sucks.
The loudest voices in the room are those with the biggest following. And how do they get the biggest following? By showing up to the algorithm and feeding the hogs. And I think somebody like Sora the Troll is just a jokester, just a prankster. Though he does tend...
He's not only that, but the thing is, though, Sora the Troll is really honest. This is the most ridiculous video I've seen in 13 years living in Japan. There was graffiti a decade ago. There's graffiti now. Kabukicho, which I guess is one of the districts, may be busier now, Daga. It was far dirtier, she'll say more dangerous 10 years ago. This sort of sensationalist content might get the views. Daga. It's not painting the objective. Yeah, no lo jodo. So basically, yeah, Oriental Pearl replying on that video. That's her.
Speak for all of Japan often, like Japanese people this or foreigners this. In these binaries that are just meant for our dumb little
right, Lisa?
brain to be like, oh yeah, general.
He's a good guy. Fox. He's a really good guy. He's from Japan, right? He's Japanese. He basically does live streams, and I've learned a lot from him. He would share like how the filming laws are in Japan and how you have to act certain ways there, etc. You know, he's really honest. I really like him now. Plus, I think he's cute, right, Dumbo? Honest, yep, that's true. He did put my comment once during his live streams. I still have that video, but it's on that damn channel that we got to get back. I remember you showed us Sora. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. Exactly, Brock. And so that's who he is. And you remember that too, Mia?
And sort of the trolls specifically, I think he's just joking. I don't think people.
He always jokes. I love it. That's his character.
Saying something that you want them to hear doesn't make them the majority. And it gets even worse because now you're going to tell me, well, Tori, I know the majority of Japan because I watch street interviews. There's no question that all the content that I'm talking
I know
about
who he is, Kakashi.
And I want to make that very clear. I entertain myself.
I think
Takashi shady interviews like Takahashi on the street. Oh my god, I'm so sorry if I butchered that. He not only are interviews like these.
He's cute. Who is that guy?
They are one person's perspective. Once again, we are looking at the myopic form of somebody's thoughts on something. And once again, they don't express the entirety of the whole. And you cannot expect somebody on camera, faces fully on camera, to be giving all of their real thoughts. Let's be so for real. There specifically was
Helen, what do you think of Japanese YouTube in general? Like as a YouTubers? I love them. I love them a lot. You'd be surprised. I actually watch a handful, or at least I did in the past. Japanese YouTubers, absolutely.
Reviews. There's like so many videos out there of Japanese men being like, yeah, cheating is normal. Or Japanese men being like, yeah, I expect
the one with the red hair is hot. Oh, he can marry me in a heartbeat. Oh my Buddha, he's so hot. And that YouTube right there, he's actually, Mason's gonna be surprised. He's half black and half Japanese.
Like, if I went to Italy right now, to the same spot, knowing full well who's gonna be there, I get the same exact videos, but in Italian.
Yeah.
If you go to a nightlife spot.
Japan is so interesting. Japan is so interesting. I don't know why. Every country is. Like the thing is, like compared to I know other countries like they may get distracted because of other stuff going on, but in Japan though, it's like they really listen. I can see what other countries maybe because I'm just paying attention to the background. I don't know.
And you interview nightlife people, you're gonna get nightlife responses.
That's true.
And when you pretend like that is the entirety of 125 million people, you've got to be out of your mind. Don't get me wrong. There have been so many videos where I've seen, like, sometimes I feel insecure. I'm like,
oh yeah, Sobin, absolutely.
Like my stupid